Set live. You can go ahead and do set live. Go ahead and start it.
So Manny
So,
has
Pause
to
stream.
I think okay, Jerry. I think okay.
I'm gonna text
I
I
wish
you.
was on about 6 hours today.
Well, right
Knocking
now,
on
you got
doors,
this.
putting out signs
There you are.
up in the west end of the county.
540-603.
So, you know,
so you go ahead and set live.
Only thing I know to do is just keep
Okay,
doing
so
that
that's fine. And then we're gonna
and
keep
see
doing
how
that.
it shakes out at the end.
You can do
Yeah.
that.
Are
So
you
that's
all
where it
doing
is
any,
now. So that's your live view. So then what we're gonna do
Hey,
is
George.
voting review.
this.
I don't know how to do that. Good
He's coming.
He's gonna stand up here. There's like.
So when we, oh, sorry.
Oh, no, so this is just like a test run, so we're just gonna go over like.
Yep. He'd,
Hey, Sarge, how you doing this evening?
Did you bring your tablet?
I guess.
If not, it's fine. We have
I
a.
think it's in my bag.
Okay.
So there's a bit of, I guess it's 10
It
seconds.
hasn't been much good to me lately.
Yeah, he's checking.
I use it once a month, Si. It
I
lets
do
my
too.
papers down. Call up here to get them.
Go ahead and refresh the page,
Something went wrong.
the little swirl arrow at the top.
Okay, hang on here. We'll just, all right, we call to order the
second one
work
for the-
session
the work
for
session.
October for the Planning Commission. And we're gonna move directly into electronic vote training. Mr. Rogers.
First of all, does everybody have either their tablet or one of these laptops? If you don't have your tablet with you, we can get you this laptop set up. And we want to get you logged into your Civic Clerk for total account.
I'm good.
Think
I'm good.
easier.
So what page should we be looking at when we get logged in? It's probably the page I can never get to.
Are you able to click and be able to share what the screen's gonna look like for them? for their
That'd be great.
Yeah.
We're gonna display it on the screen,
Okay.
what your board portal is gonna look like once you log into your account.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. I'm not really sure. Okay. Are you logged in or getting logged in?
I'm, yeah, attempting
Okay.
to get logged in.
Don't have it.
Don't have it, that's fine.
I thought I had one.
Do you know your login credentials for Civic Clerk?
I thought I had it in here. It's pretty small. Look carefully.
So I should,
Thought I knew
should
what it was.
start live on one of these, whatever laptop you have.
So I have it set to live right now, but the problem is it's not broadcasting it out.
Didn't like that one.
This is your computer, right? Are you able to share that on that screen?
That was a problem. Si? Go ahead and log in. You don't know your,
That's the problem, but I lost that,
oh,
so I need somebody to cut that guy over there, I guess. Can you get me in?
I do not.
I called here last week and told them I couldn't get in.
You can't get into your Civic
I can't,
Clerk? Okay,
Took the system.
so you're not sure of your password?
nope,
Okay.
That's when
I
everybody-
thought I was.
Alex, Mr. Weaver doesn't have
I promise I didn't break anything.
access. If
They,
you forgot your
they wouldn't take my password either. I had to go back and
I thought
reset
it was
it. I don't know.
537 Lucy Duke.
When they shut it down a
So,
couple of weeks ago, I wondered if they lost all the
Your
passwords.
email that you have it tied to
I've had to
should be your
reset mine
county
about
email,
4 times.
which
Every
is
time I go to use it, it's like I gotta reset everything.
It's not like they lost it, because when I tried to
Here,
reset it to what I wanted it to be,
correct?
can't use that, the last
at
one.
louisa.org.
You can't
So you
use
know
it
what it
then,
is,
you
but you
can't
won't.
use it now. Too bad.
What his county email is?
It's just like being at work. It's the same kind of stuff we did at work.
No,
It's
I don't know.
aggravating.
When Christian was in IT business.
And then what do you think your password is?
I thought it was
Nobody's gonna call you up in the
537
morning to
Lucy
thank you
Duke.
because the computer's working. That's right. But you damn sure gonna hear when there's a
Lane,
problem.
any capitalization?
I don't think so.
And is it LANE or
L-
LN?
LN.
Okay, 537. All right.
Must not have been.
Do you have a county cell phone?
His
On
software
you?
must have been developed
What?
by a Democrat.
Do you have your cell, your,
Republicans.
like, do you have a county cell?
Wow.
Okay.
We are recording.
We
think we're recording.
Yeah.
Why are we recording?
We record every work session.
But that's just,
It's a public meeting, it's been announced.
All right.
yeah.
When you do that,
Yeah.
it's
Stop
going
having
to
fun.
send an email
We may have
verification
people
email.
online listening to every word we say.
So we can do that. I'll just have to get Tom to log you, to get you logged
double
in
tap, yeah.
to do a verification with your account if
Okay.
you don't remember
So
what
where
your
are you fishing?
password is. So it's C.
Where did you get the name video?
Haven't figured it all out. I was gonna
Provide that.
probably kayak my sound a couple days if the weather permits.
Might have been Lucy Duke
And probably
537.
selfish a couple days. We're not sure.
I think the
So
problem
it's
is every
going to
time
send an
you
email
update
to
the new apps
I've seen that. Yeah, I've been watching the photos.
or the
They're
iOS
gonna scope it out. Someone's
It
found it for 2 weeks.
throws everything out and then you gotta like start all over.
Have something scoped out by then.
We like to fish for rockfish around Thanksgiving, underneath the bridges. Last Thanksgiving, it was so rough, man, we about hit a pile and we said, that's enough. It's a long swim back.
Yeah. We tried kayak fish. This
Is this easier
summer.
than saying yes or no? That's my question. Is it easier than just saying yes or no?
Can we write that down on a piece
That's
of
when that
paper?
one goes in the
Yeah, just hold it up.
That's the second one out. The
I
first one was
understand why
out.
we need it.
But though it was so rough.
Because.
Are we gonna fire the administrator who's taking the notes?
Taking away.
We were out one day
Are you kidding?
and
Why do we need to
you
do
could
it?
see the beach, but we were fairly far off the
Because we
beach.
can.
And there was a guy, this was in June, there was a guy
Here's
out
something I
there
noticed
in a
from watching a
kayak,
board meeting.
and he caught a
They
cobia.
took a vote,
Takes longer.
And the cobia was
longer,
like half the size
but
of
they
the
finished the
kayak.
vote,
So
and
here
they
he's got the
announced the vote
kayak like
results,
this, trying
but
to
you
get
don't know
back
who
in.
voted for what.
And he's got the cobia
Because
over
they don't
like
announce
this.
who voted for
And it
what.
keeps
They
getting
just announce
knocked
the
off.
results.
I just assumed they was on the
And then he
screen.
gets pushed
In
further back away
in
from the
Richmond,
beach. It was like,
the chairman has to, in the case of the Senate, the president, takes a motion and a second, and then he'll say, are you ready to vote?
Let me use hers. Okay, if I use yours.
And everybody has to hit yes. And there's a big screen with all the names up there. You see all the blue. And as soon as it goes up there, then he says, cast your votes. And it gets cleared, and then you see the dots come back up again. And have you all voted? Does anybody want to change your vote? And then it's recorded.
No dots here.
No, well, unless they're gonna have it on the screen.
And it does come up with your name and how you voted.
On the screen?
Yes, sir.
Oh, it does?
It does.
Because, well, I guess you weren't showing that.
Can't see it online.
Can't see it
No,
online.
no.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that was one of the things I was wondering,
Yeah.
and I said, and it did show it, so I was like, okay.
Oh, good.
I mean, I would think that you'd want it to show.
I want to know who did what. Yes.
I didn't vote that way.
If you say yay or nay, you own it.
Right, exactly.
Any wind like that, you should open up the coast. Or into the coast, I should say.
And your entire body turns purple.
it's still better than working.
And this one I got really quiet.
Yeah.
The house is rocking.
Caught my hand on it. Most, I don't even know. I got up next morning, back my hand.
I'm getting that now.
Well, you can see. All this size got me on this board. And that's only by a couple of years.
How long does it take for it to go away?
It'll go away in a few days. I had it on the back of this hand too, but it went away. This, because it was a briar that went into a vein, this one got bigger.
But sometimes it eases into October.
But all up and down my arms, I'm going looking like, not even straight.
It's hard to get it to cure out there.
Can you watch Netflix on these things?
Another 5 minutes, we will
That's
find
what I've
out.
been doing, George, during the meetings. Set the football game up there.
I've watched y'all online. Y'all look like y'all really have it down.
Yeah, I bet we do.
Decision made before the meeting starts.
It make you wanna disown Louis County, don't
The
it?
mail was just saying y'all's vote display is on the screen. Is that the case?
Yeah,
Okay, so that's all good.
and if you sit there for a few minutes, next thing you know, your vote goes up and you ain't done nothing.
Oh, there you go.
So there's a time penalty. It'll vote for you if you take too long.
Well, Alex, she hits the button for what she thinks I want to do.
You send it to me
I said,
telepathically.
oh, no, that's scary.
Because it doesn't relay to the streaming service, how y'all vote.
I hope
You
you
know,
have a good time.
all we see is y'all punching the computer.
Yes, we got another, we only got one more hour.
One fish, that's fine.
Can you
I'll take one
imagine?
Not on
We have 2
streaming
votes to
service.
take tonight. It's gonna be 11 o'clock.
I'm gonna make that,
I
'cause I
take
thought these
beef
things were
down.
pointed
Not a
at
second.
that.
Cooler beef.
How much you have to
Trade
run out?
It's either, most time y'all vote, the camera's on y'all.
So I bring that
That's all.
cooler fish back, 'cause my wife can't eat.
It is
It's a
political
wonder
limit,
they, it's a
y'all.
wonder they broke that.
All she can eat is food.
I wish
So I try to
this
keep
thing was
almost half
lower,
of
but that thing was higher, because I have to get up.
have a full load.
Tom,
Yeah, something to eat.
Can you sit back a little bit more, can you see?
I can see it perfectly.
Yeah,
When I was over there where Tommy
They
is,
can't
I
get
couldn't
good
see a
steak.
thing.
Yeah, same here. I get about,
Yeah, it's
on
always
the
a good
diagonal,
trade.
about
Well, I
half
knew how to
on
do
that
that
side,
too.
shove all the way up.
They call me, they'll
Oh,
find out I'm
that's
down
like
there.
that.
and
George,
see.
George, you
I
ever
don't
hold down
have
here,
to
jack
fall
your seat up, you get about this high, you'll be,
all you can do.
Steaks and some
I don't know which side it's on.
Hey, just go, you know my garage, the side door's open, you know where the freezer is.
Yeah, it might.
I might be on
Take
the
what you
wrong
know.
side, I can't tell you which one it is.
That's probably.
Scott had to come down.
And I guarantee
they'll
it's gonna
take-
keep coming back. It'll be back at budget time, because the sheriff's department's gonna want more
It's on the
money.
right-hand side.
for the,
And we wanna stay on this page here when we log into our civic.
Oh, all right.
So you're gonna wanna go.
I can say, it ain't the PC's fault, and it ain't.
Uh, which page is this? Is agenda's
Should be
page?
yours and Willie's.
I'm on the agenda
Wait a minute,
page.
this says unavailable.
And the plan-
I got the agenda.
Stay right there.
I think the PC did it.
Okay.
He's gonna get
We
you
usually
set
do
up.
like plans in the summer too,
That's
they'll
where
come
you
in
would
down
be.
there, the sound.
It's, the agenda.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet, George.
Hey,
Just
I
stay
don't
on the
have to
agenda
wait till-
page.
That's okay.
Especially if you're gonna make clam chowder and stuff, when it gets cold up here in the winter, you make a little hot clam chowder.
Alex,
Probably
I'm
don't
just
remember.
trying to make the rest of them look good.
All right, so you like to type in.
Work session too.
I got you to do that.
Just make it sign.
One tomorrow.
No, it's gotta be something else. What'd you
Man, era.
Gotta put a number after it.
Are
Weevil,
you in the,
over capital W.
board
Put
portal?
something in there, I don't care.
If you were in
Weevil
an
for capital
old link,
W, right?
that's probably why that's set up.
Let me
I can make
try.
sure that you're in the gov
What
board
about June
view.
5/37?
You want me to just take this for a second and put you in the board view if you're not already in there?
But I was logging in. I already had to change it once.
Yeah. It's not so-
You been down to any football game?
You can
I'm gonna try.
I was looking, my boss, get down to his, he, had a daughter that started college at Tech this year.
Okay?
So bought some tickets, and he was like, well,
And
what
you're
about
gonna
Paul?
stay
I was like,
right
well, I used to fall
All right.
here, or
The
Perrysville.
only
And
one
looked at his
that
map,
really
and
needs
that's
to
all
be
in
logged
construction.
Yep.
And I was like, I don't even know what to tell you.
Yeah.
All those people are shoved other places.
All right, go ahead and put in your email.
I sold a guy a house on McBride, which is, his house is 2 houses off of Price's Fork Road, so you can walk everywhere from the
Get
house.
me in with
Yeah,
that.
that's nice.
Typing in
I
a
was
password.
a little further out that room where my phone was. So
Yeah.
yeah, always walk on this, that road there.
Back to paper.
And we're gonna need your laptop,
And he's got a 2-bedroom basement apartment
you're
that he
logged
keeps, and
in.
the rent on the 3-bedroom
And I
apartment
have to
upstairs keeps his
prompt it.
mortgage payment.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So after C waiver, it's
It's just getting logged in.
It wasn't
It's-
so go ahead and
He's
delete
had
it.
it for 10, 12 years. So it was kinda high then, but it needed some work, so it was like reasonable,
Yeah,
mine too.
but it's doubled in price now.
Oh, yeah, I mean, even though I was called to sit down, those houses,
So then it's
for what this is, and to lose it, I was like,
because
it's not worth it.
ours is smaller.
But I'm sure, yeah, it's double,
maybe
2 or 3 times as that.
capital.
But we were thinking, man, when we got out of college in the early 80s, we should just put every dime we made for the first 20 years into real estate in Blacksburg.
It's not going away.
There's Linda communicating with us.
Capital D.
It's not
Big
like
D.
it was still kind of affordable.
Hold down the shift key
I lived it.
and press D.
The oldest apartments that were there at the time, but it was still decent. It was,
Same thing for.
But now some of those new ones are so daggone fancy, and they're
yeah, pools and clubhouses and everything else. I know I wouldn't afford it.
All right. He's
Insane.
good.
Yeah.
So he has this view with, I believe, is a green
Yes.
square on the meeting page. So
Here's your
it's not
pencil.
gonna show up on this screen because Deborah's not a planning commission member. So her view looks slightly the same, just you all should have a green button where it will ask you to join meeting. So you wanna go ahead and click that green button that says join meeting, which is gonna pop up another box. That's gonna say present and voting or present and non-voting. You are gonna check present and voting and click save down at the bottom. That logs you into the portal for electronic voting.
You like me to add her to the planning commission?
Yeah, I already passed that. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're president now?
I could be president and not voting. Just do that.
And you wanna make sure that during the meeting for the electronic voting, that you are in the board portal. If you log out of the board portal during the meeting for whatever reason, you have to log back in order to take a vote. So if you happen to log out and go somewhere else, or you change your view to a PDF document or another document that's not within the board portal, when we're ready to vote, it won't display on the screen.
That's when
Can't-
Alex votes
Do you
for
mean, do you mean board or commission?
Civic clerk calls it a board portal, and commission is a board in the board portal.
So, we go into minutes.
Can we minimize this and have something else
Go to
open that we're
minutes.
You
working
can
with?
definitely have something else open.
Then,
Kind of as a rule of thumb, if you're in the middle
Minute
of,
summary.
with the board portal, you can view the packet. And you can click on items, you can scroll through, make notes and annotations in the board portal.
Right.
then you
If
can
you wanna
click on the
minimize
one.
the screen and open up another
And,
document that you've maybe
then on-
saved to your desktop, a
If you
PDF
like
of the
that
packet,
thing
you
on the
can,
side there,
you just
see
wanna
the
make sure
little
when you're
arrows.
ready to take a vote, you go
That
back
makes
to
it
your
easy
board
on you.
portal.
Yeah.
Some people, if they're looking at a document that's
Then
not in the
set
board
current.
portal, it won't display the vote.
Oh, is that yours, sir?
How do we
Here,
minimize
you
on
keep
here?
this one,
This
and I'll
civic
just roll
clerk?
this stuff
Want me
back
to
over
give you
here.
mine?
No, that's all right, go ahead. We're fine.
I'm sorry.
You're fine. I was just looking for all the stuff I had laid out, and I realized.
For you all, because it's a web browser
good.
and it's
You're
on your
good.
tablet, it would be like that. And if you wanted to, it's gonna take you to the website. Let's say Worksession.
This does not seem easy.
Do you have, like here, this is what you're wanting to do, or you want to
I'm
look at
wondering
it this
how to
way?
get
Or
all
were
the
you
notes
just saying
since I
you
don't
want
know.
I've got the
Commission
agenda
site.
is on a PDF. I mean, the packet is on a PDF. So I'll be working from that.
Yeah,
I can
and
always,
that'll show me the notes
I
that
just
I've
thought if
got.
I could minimize this, then it's easy to pop back in between the
Yeah.
two.
Go back and forth between.
But I don't wanna hold up.
Easily on a desktop, you have where you have
Now, if I can,
here,
If I
and you would
can
typically, if you have your PDF
this,
open, you would have your PDF
and then go,
icon down
switch
here where you
back,
can switch
and then
between
hit
the
it
two.
again, and come back
But
here,
this tablet,
then, yeah, that'll work.
That would leave you in it.
Tom,
The other thing
I don't
is,
believe this tablet works the same way as a
goes
laptop. If he has a PDF open,
so we're gonna be sitting here in
and he
public
wants to be
hearings.
able to switch
And then
from
we're
the
all got
PDF
logged
to his
back
board
in?
portal, how would he be able to do that
Branch
on a
protected, that's
tablet?
horseshit.
So, you know, here, we can get to the board portal, but he wants to be able to look at the packet. So you can view the packet in PDF form. There's no packet attached to this work session. But if it had a packet, it would be blue like this. So if you click that, it brings the agenda up in a PDF document. And if it was a packet, you would be able to click the packet and it brings it up and you're still in the board portal.
Dinosaurs out thing.
I don't need to know this
If it
now,
doesn't help,
but
what
it'd be nice to work between these two things that we're constantly in and out.
Yeah.
If I got the packet on a PDF, that's what I'm working from.
And that's what Mr. Barlow typically does on his laptop. He likes to view the packet in the PDF.
Well, what I do is put all my sticky notes and stuff in there. And I can toggle once I get it up.
Between the two.
Yeah, once you've got the board portal up, then I can toggle between that. If I get ready
Because that's
to
what you
vote.
do. Like when we're ready to
Yeah.
vote, you'll just go back, you'll just click onto your board portal.
That's what I'm trying to see
Right.
how we do that
And with
on
a tablet, I'm not really sure. Tom would have to be able to explain that to you. Yes.
Is there a way to turn off the security function where the screen
Yes.
cuts itself off?
Oh,
So
yeah.
while we're listening to.
I've done that. Yeah,
While
mine
we
stays
listen
on all the
to
time.
public hearings and things, and we look down like I read now I gotta go through logging back on, and how do we do that? Please tell us.
Yeah, it's a settings in the tablet where you can change the screen display. So instead of going black and off within,
I speak iPad and iPhone. So
I don't.
all my clients come to me at the airport.
Screen.
Hey, this ain't
I
doing
think it's
this.
display
Sooner or
and
later, you'll
brightness.
take over my job.
No, because there's, I know enough to get into trouble.
Night shift, auto lock.
I think screen time is where you can
There
monitor
you go,
how
auto
long
lock.
you're on your
It's set for
screen.
2 minutes right now.
It's,
So where
Yeah,
did you
I
see
set
it
mine for
display and
never.
brightness?
yeah.
Yep.
Nothing right at
And that way, and it just stays, when I turn it on, it stays on. It
Awesome.
burns up the battery.
Yeah,
That's
that's-
why I always
that's
bring the
awesome.
cord with
So-
me.
Oh, auto lock.
Yeah.
Cool.
You can
That's
do
what that's
never.
what they.
Okay, good, thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
was
And
doing
then
that
you'll
at
just
home,
go
and
back.
it just,
Wait a minute.
you know, I'm reading, and it goes black. So I gotta log in again? Will it log in?
So we need, you logged in on the Google or whatever it is, the search engine.
The Safari.
You didn't hit the Louisa County emblem.
It's the Louisa County logo is just a shortcut. It makes so you don't have to type in the link every single time. That's just a shortcut to where you need to go.
Yep.
And make it easier for them.
That's what I
Easy
like.
That-
is
But it
good.
doesn't take me to the
Easy is
same
good,
page that you got to.
No, so I think you all created a board view after their tablets were set up. So that link, when I was working on Mr. Woodward's tablet, it took him to an old broken link.
That's correct. Yeah.
So they need the updated board view link on
It
their
should be.
tablets.
You want broken link, man.
Old and broken. That's right. I relate to that.
Did it bring it up on his?
You know,
Okay,
Well,
on
but
his.
only because that's what you got there a different way. That's not what I don't have to
Oh,
get.
he's talking about you went to Safari.
Yeah.
So the logo. So Civic Clerk is a website, and it opens in Safari, but the logo, that's just a shortcut to where you need to go. That way you don't need to type in the link or need to remember the link every time.
But I go in through the logo. I've never
that's
gone
fine.
in through. How do I get to the board view if I go in through logo?
The logo takes you to the board view.
No, it
So
doesn't.
he, I opened this up
Yeah.
here. If
Just
he
close
clicks
it out and
that,
show
it
'em.
takes
Yeah.
you, basically what it does is it reroutes
Yeah.
you. So I clicked here because I'm used to clicking there
Yeah.
through the Safari.
It's
I'm not used to you all having a shortcut on your tablet. Either way, it takes you there.
Well, before I leave tonight, I want somebody to watch while I log in the way I normally do on the Louisa logo.
now.
Well, I don't want to hold everybody up.
Well, I already
Well,
have.
here, we can do this.
no, you're good.
So you can close out.
We gotta have time for
So-
supper.
So you have the agenda open in Acrobat.
Close
right?
this.
Close tab.
And so you
Yeah,
can
we
do
wanna
the-
close
all
all
your-
of these
So that's
tabs.
already got that saved somewhere.
Yeah.
X.
This is the.
So
Marine?
Yeah.
unfortunately, these iPads don't support.
No, still get you back there.
You can do, yeah.
Side-by-side windows. So what you're gonna have to do is double tap the,
Mm-hmm.
and just tap, when you wanna make a note on your agenda,
39,
tap
38.
Acrobat.
This back and forth thing's still.
So
And
it
if there's a
automatically
vote, you're gonna
logs
have
you
to
in.
tap back.
So I need to double click the little right
That's
button.
not what I see when I do it
Safari.
at all.
I'm wondering if it's because you've logged in and it's active right now, so after a certain period of time, Civic Clerk will log you out because it shows you as
Yeah,
inactive, but because you're in here right
They
now,
were- the
inactive can be in the
details
next
All right,
4
before we
hours.
leave, I'm gonna log out. We're gonna come back in the way I can.
No worries.
And tell me how we're gonna do it.
Sure.
All right, thank you.
Or you could just shut your iPad off and then reboot it.
I don't know if I'm where
The
I'm
other
supposed to be anymore.
Or I could throw it through that window there and we go back to the way we did
Okay.
business. It always worked.
You can do that too?
If you go,
Second.
I've got my
toss right behind.
Yeah,
PDF.
I'm sorry, we gotta get this
Boy,
working before we can vote.
So where do you go to log into this thing?
You have the board view, so you're on
Remember,
the website itself.
These things,
Get
Did
out of
we
that.
save-
Time
I
saver.
thought we saved
It's time saving,
they
time and
provide
work.
efficiency.
Time and
They
work.
are
On the
sustainable.
favorites?
Yes.
They prevent the
So
destruction of
star.
forests.
Yeah, so actually, if you click board view right here,
Okay. Well, which
I think when we set you guys up, because you bring your
yeah,
Chromebook, we have it set to your favorites. So you should be able to click that and then log in that way.
Alright, let me, if I bring up, see, I've got this loaded in my board packets. That's where I typically do. So that's where all my sticky notes,
Mean,
all of my sticky notes and everything right in here. Now, is there a way to put the board view from here?
No, because you are in a PDF.
Okay.
The board, your board
Well, what I'm
portal is
saying-
on a web browser.
Alright, if I go down here though,
Yep,
You-
so if you
already
click
in-
this
Yeah.
Chrome,
This is where we have to vote. Something's gonna come up on
oh,
that.
you know what,
screen where
I
we
think
have
it
to
might,
vote.
if you exit out.
I'm wondering
I
if
think
we're
you
at the
were
point
just
now where we can take the
in
next step.
Microsoft. Yep.
Since we, I don't know, I mean, we've been here for a long
yeah, I'm
time.
trying to figure
I
it
think
out.
we can take the next
A
step.
thousand, but let's
Can't
move
we?
on.
Yeah.
As long as Gordon can help me, I'll be all right.
That looks like it came up like it was last time.
Yep, and then you'll sign,
I
it
thought
already
yours-
saved your
I thought you
credentials.
guys would
So
vote
that's
for
where you
solar
can
to be
toggle
Yeah,
between the two,
on the
so you
iPad.
can
And
go
say,
out.
and I can
I
go to
know.
my PDF
Just
right
did.
here.
Yes.
I didn't realize
Just when
I don't
voting
know,
takes
maybe
place,
yours wasn't
you
on
can't
when I
expect,
forced it.
so if you have this open up, it will not show up on your screen,
Right.
because you're in the
Tommy,
PDF.
Tommy, don't spend my time.
When I get ready to
Come on.
vote, I just
Spend the
go back
board's
to this
time.
one.
You go back to the edge,
Oh, the edge.
yeah.
They wouldn't let me do anything. Hey, after last week, they told me, go back.
That's exactly right.
That's gonna be
All
my,
right,
Hey, look at that.
have consent
so,
agenda.
but,
Let's
you
go
can go
back
ahead
the
and
way we
join
did.
the meeting. We
I
do
bet
have
you
you
I get
set
a
up,
second.
Yeah,
to
I
where
got
probably
some
come
consent
to
on
the-
that.
Seven.
All right, let's go to step 2.
So on the 38 for permitted uses, you have.
All right, I'm looking at a planning commission work session.
Yep. I'm looking at a fake agenda for a work session.
9.
What?
Fake agenda for a work session.
Sales.
I don't really need this anyway.
I'm in the meeting, but I don't.
The board won't let me vote, I know y'all know.
They're in a different place than we are.
What's Tony Williams doing logged in?
Same place.
Who's got Tony Williams' computer?
Watching you.
Yeah, apparently.
But that one says.
It works like 60%.
So we're gonna take a couple of test votes. What it's gonna look like on your screen, as though you're live in a board meeting when you're ready to take a vote. You'll have a motion and a seconder. So I'm just gonna click a title, which will more than likely be roll call. You won't see it yet. Someone will say, I motion to approve or deny, or forward to motion to approve or deny CUP. I'm gonna click start vote. What you should see on your screen is a box that pops up, and it's gonna ask you what your vote is. If you don't see that, let me know.
I'm voting.
So for right now, we'll all vote yes, and you'll want to save that vote in order for the vote to lock in.
Thanks for letting me vote.
Yeah, go ahead, Ed. Join the fun. Join the fun, Ed.
And then
vote
from
no on
there,
everything.
Deborah will then, once all the votes are locked in, she'll put it as passed, and vote results should have come up. Because you're the current, let's start with current.
Mine just says present and vote.
When you hit vote,
Present
Yeah.
vote,
I clicked on that.
and hit save.
Well, you gotta vote on something, right?
I think that's in the order of when they were cast.
I guess it's all in.
Hey,
We can start putting bets. Yep, who's gonna be third?
Them the three of them vote, but passed 7 votes.
Uh-huh.
That's what I told
Yeah.
you.
Yes.
Then we're gonna go to the next one, and we're gonna just get used to that, starting the vote and getting you all to lock in.
Oh, there mine comes.
We vote
We're
again.
voting on an invocation? I vote yes on that.
Yes on that.
Absolutely.
Save.
Really, do we have to do that?
No.
This is just for testing.
Testing.
This is only a test. Please stand by.
Okay, in actuality, when will this happen? We gotta have a motion and a second first, right?
Yeah.
And then you will activate this so that we can hit on it.
Correct. What I typically do for the board is as soon as someone says, I motion to, I go into my view, which Deborah will be doing that, and I click, I'll wait for a second, and then I'll hit start vote. And then it will prompt up on your screen a box, and then you all will put in your vote. It will not show who motions or seconds on the screen, but for internal minute taking, she can do that on her side. It doesn't reflect that on the screen. It will
Okay.
just either show if it's 7-0.
But it won't be activated until we get a motion and a second.
If that's how you all prefer for you all to receive the vote, yes, and
I
that's
think
how
it has,
should be.
I think it has to be. The other thing I want to ask is, and this has nothing to do with voting, so instead of asking the chair, following Robert's Rules of Order, to speak, I hit this little green button that says request to speak, and that shows up on his.
No, we're not using it for that function. We're just doing this for electronic voting.
darn.
So there's other features in Civic Clerk that we're not touching quite yet because we're not ready for it. So we are not touching the request to speak option. This
We
is
are ready
just-
for this.
We would like for you guys to be ready for this.
I'm joking, Alex.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if I
and I mean,
click
you
no,
know,
it
the
turns
board's done this, I
microphone off?
think, their third meeting, and it's still a learning curve.
Okay.
But this is, what you see here on the screen is anybody who is viewing the meeting from home, this is what shows up. So they can see what the votes are. So a lot of times people can see, like, they can't hear who voted against. So for them, this one, after the vote's taken place, this will display on the video, and people from home will be able to see.
It,
seen
it
it
did not at the last board meeting.
Or the one before.
Because I was watching from home, and they took the vote, and they announced the vote, and we never knew who voted like what, and it never came up.
But it did show in here.
It was,
here,
then
yeah.
it would be a display, then IT should have switched it over to that screen during the vote.
We will be able to see as well, because these are usually turned the other way. I guess it'll be on this
It'll be on
screen,
this one,
who
yeah.
votes how. So we'll know who to cuss out
And the
after the
public will
meeting.
see it as well, yeah.
Yeah, but it's.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
but
she said IT didn't pop.
Yeah, if you didn't see that vote at the last
Okay.
couple of meetings while you were watching the video, it's because it didn't get switched over onto the view for the
Okay.
public. It was showing up on the screens, it just wasn't switched over to the live video feed for you all to see it on your screen.
yeah, it was fixed on the board members up here voting,
Okay.
fussing at
But
each
that's
other.
good to know, because then we know that when we're ready to take that vote and the vote's been taken, we can get them to switch it over so it displays for those who are viewing from home.
Yeah.
Do you all have any other questions?
I guess the only other question that I have is because John and I aren't voting members, you probably need to set it up so it doesn't show that we're never voting and somebody questioning.
So when you join the meeting, you have an option of present and voting or present and non-voting. So when you select present and non-voting, then it won't prompt you guys to vote. I did talk with Josh about this because there is the occasion where there might be 10 items on the agenda and only one of them requires you all to vote because it might be within your jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the way it's currently set up is that from the very beginning of the meeting, you will have to do present and voting,
Okay.
and you would select the option abstain.
Okay.
We're going to talk with our civic clerk reps about having an alternate option so that in this situation, because it's a little different, not all of the members on the commission are voting members 100% of the time.
Yeah.
So it's a little different than how it's structured for other
You have to
committees.
put
and
the
Alex,
parents
if we have a conflict of interest, don't we
I
have
don't put
to
anything in.
verbalize that?
You would still verbalize that like you would, and when you take your vote, you would select abstain. There should be an option of yes, no, and abstain.
Just to be clear, you. if
You still want to
you can abstain,
vocalize.
But if you're abstaining because of conflict of interest, you still
You
got to
still want
point
to
that out
vocalize that.
before the vote.
Yes. Yeah. That way, for the record, when people are viewing the video, they know why you abstained.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's a legal requirement, so that's why I asked.
Yep.
That only comes up if somebody abstains prior to the vote, because.
No, so what he's saying is, so whenever there's a motion and a second, he would explain why he's abstaining for legal reasons.
I would say, Mr. Chair, I have a conflict of interest. Explain that very briefly, and then when the vote comes up, I abstain, but at least they've got me verbally saying why
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
a conflict.
So when you say you abstain, that's a choice we'll have on the screen?
Space. Yes, no, and abstain.
Hey, what's the
One
third?
down, yeah.
Okay, all right.
You have to if it's a conflict. If you just want to abstain, you can do that. But if it's a conflict of
Yeah.
interest, you have to, legally, you have to tell the public why you're not voting.
Yeah, I didn't recall seeing it when we had that first.
Sorry to
Okay.
interrupt.
Usually in the middle of the voting, so they will just be, they'll be able to participate in discussion, but they won't be voting, so.
Yeah. Yeah, Josh had indicated that they do vote on matters that are, okay. Okay. Well, we can tackle that.
But the bottom line is, we gotta be in civic clerk when it comes time to vote.
Correct. So, like Mr. Barlow was saying, if you were viewing a PDF document or something else on your screen, he can toggle between the two. He just has to make sure that if he's looking at the PDF document and somebody says, I motion to, that's kind of a cue to make sure that you go back to your screen for the board portal. Because if you open up a PDF document that has nothing to do with the board portal, that vote box does not pop up. It only pops up in your
In
board
civic
portal.
clerk. Yeah.
Yeah, we've tossed
Trip up
around
on
some
that one.
ideas because we do know that there are individuals that like to view the packet in a PDF or other documents that are not within the board portal. So we've talked about things that might be easier for you guys, is maybe having your laptop to view that stuff and a tablet that keeps you logged in. It's extra devices, but if you find that it's becoming an issue when it's time to take a vote, just let us know. Like, provide us with feedback on how you feel about the way that it's going.
We could do all of this at home.
If you are at home and logged into your board portal, you can vote from home.
What happens to a quorum when if all of us decide to do this at home?
Kyle will probably have to let you know. I don't know how that
Yeah, bylaws
Yeah.
control that, I think, don't
Yeah.
Covered in the
that would be
bylaws.
considered a virtual
covered.
meeting, and I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's covered in that bylaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be considered, if you all had a virtual meeting, that's how that would be handled. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Towards the upper right-hand corner of the screen, I'm getting an alternating back and forth. It says Agendas Board Portal, and then it switches over and says Vote for Current Item. Is that how I toggle back and forth when I have the agenda somewhere else, and this is the vote page? I can hit this.
Just knows they want to see what you guys see.
So, yeah, it goes,
I haven't done much.
well, nothing happens.
Okay, so
What is that?
That's a good question.
this is what you're logged into right now.
No.
You aren't actually in the meeting.
Right.
It looks like, I don't know if
We're
you
not
clicked
hooked into
something or if it logged you
No,
out.
it's just back and forth.
I have the same thing on mine.
It's because that voter thing's running in the
I
background.
don't have it.
Okay,
I
so
think.
it shows that you're still part of the meeting.
Right.
If you
But
wanna-
now it's not alternating. It's staying on board portal. I was just wondering why I was doing that.
What have you got, George? I don't have anything like that.
Well, she just watched her do it.
It was doing something on that table.
Makes sense.
Is that
It would say board portal and then
And your name
Vote.
up there?
board portal, vote. It was just switching back and forth.
To be honest, I'm
I
not
was
too
just
sure
curious
either. That's
what-
something I would probably have to get back to you
Yeah, I just,
Whenever.
I
It
didn't
was
know.
doing it on
Um,
mine
Was it
as
doing it
well.
on yours as well? It was taking
my-
you from one to another?
Nothing was changing on the screen, but it was going back and forth.
Okay.
So,
But it's not now. I don't know what you did, but it's now it's here. I thought maybe if you hit on that, you could go back to the
So
agenda,
If-
and maybe that's what Tommy was doing. Now, the other thing is, if I hit this, is that how he's toggling back and forth?
Mr. Barlow is on a computer, a laptop, not a tablet. Say you had a PDF on your tablet screen here that you wanted to view, and you were looking at the packet this way, and you needed to go back to the board portal, you would click out of here, go back
I think
here,
you're still where you
and
belong.
take you back, which you see
See,
here
on
where it
mine,
took you
I got
off.
the board portal
Right.
down here.
You're still in the
Pull up
meeting
my
because
PDF,
it's giving
which
you
is
the
what I
option
do
to
all
leave, but you have
See,
to
if I
click
hit
that.
this,
That's your pack.
I'm in
Then I
this.
go back to where
These
we were.
tablets
on my sticky
do
notes
not
and stuff.
function
And if I
well
wanna vote,
with this.
Just pop
Yeah,
over.
well, thank you for giving it to us.
It's completely different.
How about
than
an
a
abacus? Well, we can just slide the beads.
Yeah,
Just give,
that's interesting.
give me three little
have
colored balls, and I'll just,
yeah, it's
We have
almost
these
like it's
laptops that we
changing the,
keep here that all of the board members use except Mr.
when
Bartlett.
the
So
vote
this
comes
is an
up, it
option for
changes
you
the
guys
page,
to use
but
the
then it refreshes the page,
laptop.
but
What did I do to get to that?
He's
But
getting into civic clerk.
unfortunately, the only thing is for
Where did
him,
you go?
he
What have you
has
done?
the
What have you
county
done?
laptop with all of the notes,
I
PDF
must have hit the
packets.
wrong
This
thing
won't
somewhere.
have their personal
I
stuff.
can't-
It's
Where do I
just
go
a
back to clear
generic.
it back to where we were?
Well,
hang on.
will this
Is
not,
there a little back arrow
can't
or
you
something
put
in the
a-
upper left there?
won't these take PDF
Well, I
files?
went up to
They
view.
do, so this is
All the
what
way
we
up
were
in the upper
showing
left is the
Mr.
back
Goodwin,
arrow.
is when
Right
you
here?
log out,
Yeah, all
say
the
he
way
had a
into the
PDF
corner.
packet, you see this here?
There you go.
You go like
Click
this
right back.
and click
That's
this.
Right.
It takes them to this screen where they have to go back here to make sure they get their vote.
I bet,
And I think that's what happens from time to time with Mr. Barnes and Mr. Gentry.
yeah, now that I'm figuring this thing out, I got a PDF icon down on the lower toolbar. I also have this aqua looking icon that is the board portal. And so I just toggle between the two when you get ready to vote. You hit, and then you got all your sticky notes and everything, which I got away from these packets when I could do
Oh, I
my
got
sticky notes and stuff,
Got back here now.
in the
how do I get
computer.
back there?
and it works pretty
Right
good
here.
now that I can
Click in
toggle
there.
back and forth.
You can find a back button.
Yeah,
Right
goes
up there.
all the way up in the upper
John,
left
show 'em.
corner.
Okay.
Yeah, so for these tablets,
I don't have back button.
when you, when you close out of this screen and it takes you to, and you click a packet, and he wants to go back to his board portal here, it essentially doesn't log him out, but it takes him out of that view, whereas for you, I think if you click here and go back here, it doesn't do that.
So not only you need to be in civic clerk, you need to be in this screen.
Correct.
But even if you get to that, it's still
Same guy?
one more button.
When the vote pops up. But for you, you're not having to go through an extra step because here it doesn't log you out of anything. You're able to toggle to this and go back to that without it taking you
I mean,
off of.
this
that
works
packet.
great, cause I
Yes.
can,
And I think that's what we were talking about for those who, for you, which sounds like you do the same thing as him, you like to look at that PDF. Using this tablet to go from the PDF to the portal does not function the same as it does on your
but it's
laptop.
one, it sounds like it's one more,
For them, it is one more step.
but you can
But
still,
because it takes them, doesn't necessarily take them out of the meeting because it shows that they're present, but they aren't, it won't pop up a vote because they actually have to be in.
So and that can't be sitting there and that's the position.
Well, you
that's supposed to
could.
be recorded. Think?
Let's try.
And
There you go.
and then you, what does you have to hit now if he wants to vote? When
It'll
it pops
come
up?
But it
up on
pops up.
here.
Professional.
So it's not
It'll
gonna
pop
show
up.
you.
He's gonna do, he can do the same thing.
So I guess you'll hit it twice and you can toggle between the two.
Did you read what you said?
Yeah, see,
That'd be pretty
I just
slick.
learned this afternoon from Tom how to download this packet to a PDF. I haven't mastered that yet after 2 months.
Do you all have any other questions?
And I still haven't mastered that yet.
Anything else for us to know before we give us a shot tonight? We're gonna dive into it?
Yeah, we can keep doing voting, it's just gonna be the same thing, it's, you know, if you all are comfortable with that, I think Josh wanted you guys to do the electronic voting
Yep.
tonight.
All right, so
We
If
wouldn't
you
what-
all are prepared to do that.
We don't want
No
y'all to
wonder
look
Josh is
smarter
sick.
than we are when
Ah.
we're doing
I don't
it.
see Josh here suffering.
That's not a problem.
So, just one question. When we started, we had the list of meetings here, and there was a little green button saying join meeting. Does that button appear and become active at meeting time? Because,
It is when that green button to
Oh.
join is when she enables you all to join.
Deborah has to
So
enable
you all
us.
can't be at home
Yeah,
and joining a
So-
meeting
okay,
that's
Three little dots
not
at the top.
yet
all right,
ready.
Tap that.
fantastic,
split the-
okay.
And you can have them.
So we're about 5 o'clock.
Oh,
And
so
at
we
the
have
end of the
both,
meeting,
Yeah,
you
leave
have to
meeting.
go-
And on
you
the
have to
screen,
leave the
Yep.
meeting
split
in
view
order
at
to
the
be able
three-
to join the meeting
three
at the
little
next-
dots.
Yeah,
We learned that recently.
so everybody be sure to hit the green leave meeting button when we finish here, otherwise we're gonna be messed up.
You will be in that meeting until the next meeting.
Wow.
Or at least-
What are y'all saying? What? I
When
missed
you,
something.
yeah,
Some go to green, some.
when you go back to this agenda page,
Mhm.
it says leave
Now
meeting.
what I wanna do is log
The
out
one that
and
you're
see if I
already
can
in,
get
you gotta
back
go
to this
back.
damn place.
You gotta go back,
All right, hang on, let me get to full screen here.
back out one more.
Back here,
Yeah,
Only thing I see is request to
It would be
speak.
here.
Yeah.
So when you're
So
done.
then, so you
when
would
this
just
whole-
press
when
the
this meeting
present
is
now,
over
see that
with,
green box that says leave meeting?
So
Yeah, when we
after
finish here, you got,
this,
when we finish here, you
You
gotta
have to
push
hit
that
agenda.
button to leave this meeting. Then we can join the next meeting.
In this screen to leave
to
meeting.
leave it, that is correct.
Oh, my gracious.
Well,
There
that's
you
the
go.
same one that you
It's
voted.
like riding a bicycle.
Yeah, but you have to learn first.
the spaceship will land.
All right, does anybody have anything else for this session?
What are we doing now, voting again?
No, I'm just, got any other questions? We all ready
We'll
for
just,
prime time?
we'll just flog her
In fact,
along.
this is not where I usually
All
come in.
right,
Somebody gotta do the invocation.
we'll take care of that.
You have an AI feature, you just hit the button and it'll just start talking.
So
Yeah.
All right, then I guess we're done with this part of the training. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. So
We're
we'll,
leaving this meeting?
so let's leave this meeting.
Yes, you can go ahead and leave the meeting.
There we
Okay.
go.
I just
Are you
logged
sure?
in using the logo, and this is what comes up.
As much trouble with getting in it, you ought to just
How
stay
do
in
I,
it.
how do I get
Yeah,
to
but
the
how's it
notes
work
tab?
session?
But now it says,
Right,
it says
is that
join
up
meeting
here?
again.
So for, for the planning
So when we
commission
get ready for the
meeting,
next one,
you made
Deborah's
notes
gonna
in
enable
the
the little
packet.
green box for the
You
regular
see-
meeting.
So that
we'll
join meeting
There's a
should
quicker
move up
way.
online.
Yeah,
Unless you
I'm
find
gonna,
this
I'm
easier.
mine
gonna
it'll
make
move
a
down.
statement
Go
at
back
the
to the other
beginning
page.
of the meeting
I do.
for everyone to be sure to join the meeting.
Agenda?
So if you see notes, if you made packets,
That's-
you see here,
Yeah, I guarantee it's not us. Yeah,
here are your notes.
if it gets done, they'll be doing it.
Is that the only note that you made?
I guess we need to get out of this right now.
The agenda,
I'm not. Are you kidding?
Leave mine plugged up, I'm gonna stay right where I'm at.
PDF thing, so that I can pull up
Expecting the green box to move.
to go along with my notes. Shouldn't it?
So this is the, there's different ways you can go follow along in the meeting. So here is the packet itself. Looks like it's taking a little bit to load up.
Maybe we should cut them
There you
all
go.
off and start over and start.
If you made notes this way,
No.
it would capture that in your notes section.
Well, this is the last meeting. We're in the wrong meeting. I'm in the wrong meeting.
Oh, okay.
All right. I think I'm just gonna end the work session.
Is it the 7 o'clock meeting
So-
that you made notes in?
I'm just gonna suspend the work session or end the work session now, and we'll, any other questions you all?